Well, thank you, Andy. My great pleasure. And I'm grateful to CCG for inviting me to the China-Europe Roundtable. Due to time constraint, I will touch briefly a few points. Point one, the current world turbulence merits greater China-Europe cooperation, supporting globalization. Now, the still rampant COVID-19 pandemic, the Ukraine crisis, and especially skyrocketing energy and food prices and high risks of world food crisis and debt crisis, and the widespread slowdown of the economy, and even the threat of stagnation or recession. And especially the widespread geopolitical tension have given rise to many suspicions that whether globalization is coming to an end, whether the world will fall into fragmentation. So China and Europe, as a firm supporter of globalization, should come together and support globalization in this current context. The second point, that China and Europe should go beyond our differences and work together to support multilateralism. We have differences and will continue to have differences, but that should not stop us from cooperating, from working together to support the common interests of the world people. A good inspiration came from the recent closed WTO Ministerial 12, which ended in Geneva on June the 17th. Trade ministers from 164 economy members fell far apart from their interests and viewpoints. Still, they tried to come together to hit the final package, Geneva package, after hours and hours of hard working. And finally, they came together with very good results. So just as the WTO Director General, He Weiwen said, we can come together across geopolitical fault lines. Now, China and Europe should also come together across all the differences. My third point, as we have differences, what we should do. I think the right approach should be based on bilateral relations on the UN Charter and peaceful coexistence. That means we should mutually respect our territorial integrity and sovereignty, non-aggression, no problem, and non-interference of internal affairs, and equality and mutual benefit. So if we can do that, we can address our differences correctly. And also, I highly recommend that CCG could serve as a good, helpful instrument for enhancing China-Europe dialogue on differences. And the fourth point is we should try to build a free, open, inclusive, complementary, and resilient global supply chain. In this regard, there are two specific issues I would like to touch. First, we should pay great attention to the recent tendency of widening disparity of China-Europe trade. In the past, usually, China's exports to the European Union and imports from the EU constituted 2 to 1, or we export 2 and import 1 from. But now, since the start of the year, things have changed. China's export to the European Union kept rising fast, about 20% rise over the first 5 months of this year. But China's imports from EU decreased by 7% over the same period, so widening the gap. And China is not separated its case with Europe, but also a case with the world. China's imports over the first 5 months of this year increased only by 7%, and the total increase amount came from the rise of commodity prices, the world market, mostly the cereals, oil, and the natural gas. The imports of the high-tech or engineering goods came to a standstill. That's a big problem. We should try to work hard to increase imports, including imports from Europe, because Europe enjoys very good advantages in high quality growth. That's point one. And the second is we should work together to improve the investment environment in China. I have been blocked in Shanghai, locked down in Shanghai over the past 2 months. And so I fully agree and share the feeling of President Alan Gabel of the Merck, their sufferings. And I think that things are improving fast, and the factories are running again, and logistics are improving. We are coming back to the shops again. During the past few months, complaints and recommendations of foreign business, including from German business, contributed positively to improvement of China's business government work. And we hope that we will work together and share opinions and suggestions to improve China's investment environment together in the future. And we are sure that for the latter half of this year, China's economy will pick up and more travel restrictions will be cut down drastically. And we hope positively to the future. And we hope to work together with European companies, with European business community, improve our relations and improve the world globalization together. Thank you.